Hi, everyone, and welcome to Studio Jake. I, of course, am your host, Jacob Airy. Thank you for joining me today on my vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. And I just want to state from the outset what I'm about to discuss in this video is rumor. So please take it with a grain of salt. I love talking about rumors. I don't deny it. I think that they're fun. And at the end, I will rate what I think about this rumor, whether I think it's true or not. But just so you know, this is a rumor. So, what is this big highfalutin rumor? Well, I first heard about this rumor from the YouTube channel Overlord DVD. He discusses rumors a lot and he's very open about the fact that they are rumors. I find that a lot of what he says does tend to happen. However, unbeknownst to me, this rumor actually went back several days. It is actually was first reported by Bounding Into Comics on Halloween, but even before that, the YouTube channel hosted by Jay, which is Drunk 3PO, he actually was the first to discuss this. So, Bounding Into Comics wrote this report that apparently Disney is going if Kathleen Kennedy doesn't leave Disney, they are going to leak a whole bunch of emails that she has. So remember before we were hearing stories that men in black suits were coming up to Lucasfilm Studios that they had taken over basically. Well, Men in black suits means accountants, and that means they are auditing Star Wars. So it is quite possible that they got a hold of some very incriminating emails. So this is according to Bounding Into Comics. Rumors, nuclear bomb full of emails and notes detailing Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm story group's disgusting behavior um, to be released. In the wake of Gina Carano putting Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm on blast, a new rumor details that a nuclear bomb, and I'm doing that because they're putting it in quotes, of emails and notes about Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm story group members reveal their bad behavior will be made public in the near future. And honestly, this is how a lot of people fall, right? This is what happened to the founder of Papa John's Pizza, right? He was on a call where he said that a bunch of people are trying to get me to say bleep, which was a racial slur. He was saying people are trying to get me to say it, but I'm not saying it, but it didn't matter that he had used it in that context. The media immediately attacked him. The corporate press went after him and smeared him and effectively canceled him out of his own company that he founded. And they're kind of making a comeback thanks to Shaquille O'Neal. But, I don't think it'll ever be the same without him. So continuing on, they then report on Drunk 3PO's video, which was part of his series Late Night Culture Casino, Casino Culture, where he said, the day is coming. The day is coming. And I know the day is coming where there is a lot of emails. There is a lot of notes that someone has collected. And when you see this, it will blow your face off as to how disgusting this woman is. Kathleen Kennedy and the people that are running Lucasfilm, especially over there at the storyboard group. So you guys just got a little taste of what is to come. A bit later during the stream, he added, again, there's a nuclear bomb that's coming, and just be ready. All of our YouTube channels will benefit once this stuff hits. I know mine will. So apparently, Cameron Pashaw, who I really like, he is a TV screenwriter. He's also worked on some movies. He has been very anti-woke. He's gone on several streams that are related to Fandom Menace or to just people who are critical of corporate overlords running Star Wars or Marvel or DC or whatever it is. And he has a Patreon where he reports some insider information, and I find his stuff typically when I hear it to be very accurate. And one of the things that he kind of emphasized is that Bob Iger is kind of tired of Kathleen Kennedy, even though he handpicked her to backstab George Lucas. He was kind of behind this because she overstepped in how she handled the situation regarding all the flops that Lucasfilm has had with Star Wars, with Indiana Jones and Willow, and so he is behind it. Now, a rumor was going around that Gina Carano is actually the one who compiled all this stuff, but there doesn't seem to be. Most people are saying that doesn't seem to be the case, but including Cameron Pashaw, and he says what is happening is Bob Iger is going to his friends in the trades. Now, remember, the trades used to be avid defenders of Kathleen Kennedy, but after all these flops, they can't really defend her anymore, so they don't know what to do. And so a few of them, he's testing the waters, and he's basically telling Kathleen Kennedy, if you don't leave, we're going to release this stuff. Now, what's interesting is Bob Iger himself renewed his own contract. I think it's so funny. They brought him on. He was only supposed to be on for 2 years, and they extended it to 5. So we're going to have this guy around for a while unless something major happens. But back to the initial rumor, um, it's been very tense at Lucasfilm because of this. They're, like I said, they've been auditing Lucasfilm. They've been sending people in, and there's rumors that Jon Favreau, he's working on the Mandalorian season 3, and Mandalorian season 4, and he is off in Atlanta, which is where one of their studios is, and he's just been hanging out there writing scripts for Mandalorian season 4, which hopefully he'll get back control, because Kathleen Kennedy took control away from him basically for season 3, especially with the firing of Gina Carano, and as well as the Book of Boba Fett, and gave control over to other filmmakers. He's threatened to quit multiple times. Bob Chapek managed to keep him on. Time will tell if Bob Iger will want to keep him, because Filoni and the storyboard group and Kathleen Kennedy has lost all all good faith with the fans. Jon Favreau still has some, as does the producer of Andor, that being Tony Gilroy. So, what do I think about this rumor? Do I think that Disney might potentially, because a lot of these with leaked emails, it goes both ways, right? Emails are email chains. So, Disney could potentially have some embarrassing stuff in these emails from Kathleen Kennedy. So do I think that they are so desperate to get rid of her that they're going to shoot themselves in the foot potentially with this email dump? Yes, I do think Disney wants to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. They didn't really know how to in the beginning, so they're going to use this nuclear option, as others have called it, in order to finally just be rid of her. There's been no word if they're going to extend her contract, which ends in the upcoming year in 2024. We haven't heard that they're going to renew it. They kept renewing it despite fan backlash, despite intense criticism, despite just her on-screen behavior. There's that really famous picture of George Lucas visiting the set of The Mandalorian season 1. He's watching it, and beside Jon Favreau, and he's like blown away, and then Kathleen Kennedy's in the background, like just glaring at both of them, giving them that radical feminist screech stare. I'm saying nothing except with my eyes. So yes, I do think that they're desperate to get rid of her, and I do think that they will pull this. Why do I think that? Well, there's been rumors for a while that Jon Favreau is going to get the keys to the kingdom, that George Lucas is going to make a play to try to get back Lucasfilm. And also, there was a rumor that Kevin Feige wants to leave Marvel and do Star Wars. Now, he was going to do a Star Wars film that was canceled, but a rumor persists that he's trying to get in on the action at Lucasfilm. Now, Kevin Feige has completely mismanaged the MCU since Phase 3, so I don't think that he's going to do a good job with Star Wars. I'm not saying he would be worse than Kevin. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that Kevin Feige would be worse than Kathleen Kennedy, but they seem to be in that same alignment. Hopefully, though, things will turn around soon. I'm hoping that Favreau takes over. Like I said, him and Tony Gilroy seem to have some good faith with the fans. It's Kathleen Kennedy and the woke SJW snowflakes at Disney that everyone seems to have a problem with, and that would count me among them. I don't think Kathleen Kennedy deserves any sort of accolades. Yes, the Disney prequel trilogy. I mean, sorry, the Disney sequel trilogy did do good at the box office, but then it was one flop after another, with the exception of Rogue One. And it is a shame that Andor, which is an excellent show, in my opinion, I have a review of it on my website, StudioJakeMedia.com, got in the crossfire of the very bland Book of Boba Fett, the not very good season 3 of The Mandalorian, as well as the disaster that was Obi-Wan. Not just Lucasfilm, Disney as a whole needs to back off all of this woke nonsense and just accept the fact that it was an abject failure, much like the Me Too movement, which, for however it started, it became a massive witch hunt, and innocent people were caught in the crossfire, and people died because of it. And it's the same with what we're seeing with this woke movement. It's an abject failure. Audiences have rejected it outright. You can see this by TV ratings, by box office numbers. And yes, every once in a while, one of them manages to balloon and does good, but the overall evidence suggests that it is an abject failure. Peter Parker is Spider Man, Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Obi-Wan Kenobi did not meet Darth Vader in between episode 3 and episode 4. The Force has a light side and a dark side. There's no such thing as gray Jedi. And it's just, those are just facts. And it's time that we move on and get back to the canon, get back to the core principles that made all these properties that Disney now controls as a corporate overlord. We need to get back to the basics of what made them great. And like I said, what I've just discussed, the Kathleen Kennedy stuff, the emails, that's just a rumor. But I do believe that that would be the last option for Disney should Kathleen Kennedy not step aside. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, that you'll leave me a comment and tell me what you think, that you'll share it out with your friends, and of course, consider subscribing to Studio Jake. I cover all kinds of nerd and pop culture topics, including film, television, anime, comic books, and so much more. I hope that you'll also head over to my main website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where I have even more news, views, and commentary. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, head over to my locals page. That's studiojakemedia.locals.com. It's the best way to support me. I'm trying to build a little community there. I have exclusive reviews and articles, so definitely head over there and check it out. And I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.